FHA loan benefits for first-time homebuyers. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I am Jeff, the Mortgage Pro, and today we're looking at FHA loans and what are some of the benefits of getting an FHA loan to be able to buy a house. So we're going to give you 9 benefits here, and let's kind of go through them starting from the very beginning. And the first one is that is typically an easier credit qualification for FHA loans versus all of the other different types of government loans, conforming loans, and even jumbo loans. Of all of those, I would say that FHA probably has the easiest credit qualifications. FHA has a minimum credit score of 500, but you'll often see that lenders have overlays on top of that where they put their own minimum credit score in there to be able to get a property. But for the most part, it's not very credit restrictive, so easier credit qualifications in that sense. And it allows for other compensating factors, so things like cash reserves, more down payment, higher credit scores, residual income, all sorts of different other ideas that can help you qualify for an FHA loan over time that may be able to improve your easier credit qualification with an FHA loan. Number 2 benefit, shorter time after a negative credit event. So if you have had a bankruptcy in the past, if you've had a short sale in the past, if you've had a foreclosure in the past, those are all considered credit events. And if you were to go get most type of loans, a conventional loan or a other government loans, or even sometimes jumbo loans, those are going to have a lot more restrictions, especially with the traditional financing route versus what an FHA loan does. So those, you may have to wait years, like many years, in order to be able to get one of those loans again after a credit event. But with an FHA loan, it's only a couple years. So you're able to qualify much faster after a credit event. And just because you had one of those doesn't mean that that's going to happen again. So we want you to be able to buy a home, and FHA is probably a good option for you if you've had a credit event. FHA, this is the biggest benefit of them, has a low down payment. So the minimum that you have to put down on an FHA loan is 3.5%. There are a couple conventional loans that require 3% down. There's a couple government loans that require 0% down, like a VA loan, but you have to be a veteran, or a USDA loan, but you have to buy in a rural area. But FHA loan is for everybody. Big cities, small cities, rural areas, all those things will qualify for an FHA loan, and the minimum down payment that you have is 3.5% down, which is awesome. Number 4, FHA is more lenient on gift funds. So with a conventional loan, if you were to get one of those, it has to typically be some sort of a blood relative. So that could be a spouse, that could be your mom or dad or brother or sister, but FHA loans are a little bit more flexible. It can be all of those above that we just mentioned, but it also could be friends. It could also be an employer, a union. All of those different things can help towards the down payment of your FHA loan from gift funds or gift sources. In FHA loans, some of the closing costs can be financed. For example, you have what's called upfront mortgage insurance on an FHA loan. That's the cost that you have to pay in order to get an FHA loan that keeps the FHA program going so that they can continue to offer low down payments for many people trying to buy a house in the United States. So that's the cost you have to pay. But the benefit of an FHA loan is that you can finance that into the loan amount. You could also pay it out of pocket if you wanted to, but you don't have to because you can finance it into part of the loan. Number 6, sellers can contribute to your closing costs. And this is crazy, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen somebody contribute this much, but you can contribute as a seller up to 6% of the loan amount can be contributed by the actual seller themselves. The most I've ever seen is somewhere around the 3% range. So if you can negotiate 6%, that's really awesome. Good for you. But FHA loans allow that. With FHA loans, you have higher debt to income ratios. So with most conventional loans, they typically will go up to close to 49 to 50% debt to income ratio. And that's if you have really, really good credit and other compensating factors, income, things of that nature. But if you have an FHA loan, I've seen them all the way up to 55, 56, 57% debt to income ratio, especially if you have other compensating factors that help out to be able to get that approval from your lender. So higher debt to income ratios when you're talking about FHA loans. One of the cool things about FHA loans, number 8, is that they allow non-occupant co-borrowers. So if you have a parent that makes a lot of money, that has some income that can help you out on your qualifications, or they may have the down payment that you need, they can go on the loan as a non-occupant co-borrower, which means that they don't live in the property, but they're actually a co-signer on your loan to be able to help you get the FHA loan that you're applying for. So a cool feature there. And number 9, which I think is a really great benefit, because of the FHA loans are insured by the government. They are not actually given to you by the government. Most lenders have a way to recoup losses should you default in any event going forward with your FHA loan. So what happens with that, because the lenders know that they could get some of their money back, or most of their money back, or all of their money back, then FHA loans tend to have a little bit lower than market interest rates. So that could be anywhere from 0.5% to 1% lower with an FHA loan. So there are so many benefits to getting an FHA loan. And if you have any questions at all, please make sure you feel free to reach out to me, and you can look in the description below on how to do that. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.